We can just start right now. We're still rolling. Yeah. So race service was answered at the question of, do kids care about cars anymore? The auto manufacturers are spending $56 billion a year on marketing their businesses and doing a terrible job of it. So they were basically, the whole thought was that kids don't care about cars. Cars were like the idea of freedom for us, right, in our generation. And now, like with technology and cell phones, the cell phones kind of replace that in a way. Like the idea for freedom is escaping into your phone, which to us doesn't really make sense or gel with our way of life. So we saw a tremendous opportunity in the YouTube kind of digital content space and making a company that was based on digital content advertised at millennial audience. So started Donut Media, and Donut Media within a few months was the fastest growing, biggest automotive media company in the space. And we did, at the time, we were doing branded content campaigns for Nissan and all sorts of OEMs, really big, year-long campaigns, and doing kind of every month doing a different like stunt action video, like a gymkhana, and it did really well. And that kind of evolved into what we're doing now, which is called Race Service. Race Service is a kind of Donut Media 2.0. Donut Media still exists. I still own my portion to Donut Media. I don't really have anything to do with the day-to-day. It's kind of, we've kind of built it to what it is, and it's storytelling to the millennial YouTube audience. And Race Service is a kind of elevated version out of that, where there's physical experience. We have a physical shop space where we have a coffee shop, apparel business. We are, Daniel Ricciardo, one of the biggest athletes in the world, is a partner with us from Formula One to Formula Drift, which is kind of like the more millennial focused automotive space. We work with all the different NASCAR drivers that speak the same language as us, and all the different drivers in all the other series. And so we service the sponsors of those guys, and then the brands that have come to us to help tell their message in the digital space. And then our ultimate ethos is to kind of grow and elevate the kind of taste and style of automotive racing culture. We're kind of evolving pretty naturally, and just trying to listen to what people want and need in the automotive space. So next thing you know, we'll be like the purveyors of driving cars. I think that's really the future of it, right? Like we won't be driving cars in our lifetime. We won't be allowed to drive, on public streets, or I think we'll have automated cars probably dominating that space, or at least long distance or on freeways, or at some level this whole experience will change. And if we can at least purvey the experience of the automobile, while still looking forward into what's next, I think that's our goal.
Where does Tesla tie into all this?
We're just kind of quiet observers at this point. I mean, we've had interactions with them, and in different ways. And
have you seen guys race those?
I've seen the guy drift them. I've seen they're fighting the same thing that we all fight, and that like the reality of their automobile. It's zero emissions now, but it does take a lot to mine lithium for lithium-ion batteries, and the emissions for making a car and the waste that it creates is equal to kind of what a gas-powered car would be. But we're all for figuring out what the next step is in electric cars. Like, we took a while to embrace it, but Formula E is the biggest growing racing series in the world right now, which is electronic Formula One. One of our main team members is the CEO of was the CEO of RoboRace, which is an automated electric race series. It's opening for Formula E all over the world. So we did a thing in Rome where we had one of our guys go out and drive an automated car, and then the automated car tried to beat him in front of the whole audience. And so we're very much like looking forward on what the future of the automobile is. But for now, just kind of trying to listen to what the world wants and in the content space, and then backing that with some real life face-to-face experiences.